And
the
Nick,
future. Back to the future. I mean, back to the past. Back to the future. Yeah, for me, back to
yes,
How's it going?
It's going. It's going. It's I just said this right before we came live. It's so interesting to see you finally back in your spot. I'm so accustomed to all the meetings we've been in is having the screen behind you in your office and
Yeah, I'm back and severely jet lagged, but
sure.
back. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I brought my dad along with me. That was a long journey. It was total 24 hours of our travel time. Not fun, but glad to be here. And uh, boy, it's I always end up writing a lot of code on the plane because it's I can focus really well. And usually coming from east to west, you have unfettered Wi-Fi, except when you go over the North Pole. I mean, most people think that when you fly east to west, you actually fly east to west. You don't. You follow something called the Great Circle route, which is more optimal. You go over the pole because it's a shorter distance. But yeah, so uh, predictably, they decided it's not necessary to have satellite coverage over there because there are no people other than probably a few explorers or researchers out in the freezing cold there. So yeah, other than that, you get to work uninterrupted. It's pretty cool.
Skynet's that's or Skynet. Yeah, Elon Musk's Skynet's not out there yet.
Well, I mean, if I would assume that anyone launching satellites wants to have maximum utilization of them for maximum profit, and throwing expensive satellites up in an area where people would not be paying is not wise use. So yeah, I would imagine that they don't have coverage and won't. So, but coming to Vitruvio, I must confess I have been a little disconnected from Discord just because we have had so much other activity going on. So that is one of my primary goals this weekend is to reconnect onto Discord. So folks, I'm very sorry if I have not been as engaged there. It's just very hard to ship product and be doing other things at the same time. And we did ship product, which I want to talk about. So really, really excited. So,
I like this down a lot. Nick is not a flat earther.
I am totally into science. Science is good.
I put in my notice right now if you were a flat earther.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely good to be back right into the swing of things. And boy, the action is heating up here. It is really, really getting to be very exciting. You know what I just realized? And this might sound completely corny, but the human gestation period is 9 months. We are now at month 9, and all this stuff is coming to release state.
Nick, you're right. It does sound corny.
It is very corny. I get it, but it's 9 months, and all the stuff we've been working on, etc., is all
it is
to fruition now, and it's super exciting times. And
everything.
Yeah, I'm so excited, but it has been an intense amount of work, and I think when you look back, people will look at what we've achieved in this short amount of time, and it is I worked on a lot of projects, and the complexity of some of the things we are doing is pretty intense, especially some of the work we are doing on Studio and how we are transforming Web3 creators, art, etc. People gloss over the details, but if you go look at the details of it, you will find some very, very innovative things there. I would almost say that it would be like cars, right? You look at an EV versus an ICE car, and they look the same on the outside, and that's probably what this looks like the outside. But the engine, everything is totally different and totally new and totally innovative. And don't take my word for it. Just watch how the ecosystem reacts. Watch even this past week, people starting to see what we've done, and experiencing it for the first time, and saying, "Wow, this is cool." And I'm excited because for me, building is cool, working with the community is cool, etc. But the best feeling is when you build something and people use it and they love it. That is what every builder aspires for. And that's what I aspire for, and I think everyone on our team aspires for that also. And for me, I don't put the cart before the horse. It's important to have shipping product. It's important to have people appreciate your product and use it, and then success follows from there. Everything else follows from there. You don't try and engineer it backwards, right? You don't try and engineer things and then hope that the success will follow, hope the product will follow. We're going to continue with our vision of building a successful product, and then everything else follows after that. So yeah, exciting, some very exciting things to report today. And I must confess, uh, I've been up with Nelio for pretty much all night and morning here today. Because I'm jet lagged, I haven't been sleeping at all. And yeah, so I refer to Nelio because everyone knows him. So yeah, so
Sure.
we've been working on some fairly complex smart contract related things, and we resolve things. But as a result, I don't have a fancy slide deck, but I have a lot to talk about. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, so I think we can get going and share some of the good news with folks. So let's do this. All right, here we go. We are at season 3, episode 6 of the Vitruvio download, where we review the things that happened in the past week and talk about the things that are coming up in the week ahead. It is May 10th, 2024, and I'm Nick Kalyani, the founder and CEO. I'm very excited to be with you here today and share an update. So let's start with something really, really big. Woohoo! USDC was approved by Circle. Literally, I would say an hour ago. It finally got that done. So super, super, super excited about that, because this means that we now have the ability to have a stable coin on Vitruvio. So all the contract stuff is done. Now it's just a matter of giving you a front end to use it. But if you know how to use smart contracts from the Explorer, etc., you can go on right ahead and use it because the contracts are live. So let's talk a little bit about what that means. All right. So first of all, what it means is that we can now bridge native USDC from the Polygon chain. We deliberately chose Polygon because at the time we had to make this decision, Ethereum gas costs were out of control. And so we went with Polygon. So you can bridge native USDC from Polygon to USDC.pol on Vitruvio. So that naming convention you see that USDC.pol, that's something that Circle has. It is their mandate. We cannot change it. So when you see the cryptocurrency USDC.pol, the token on Vitruvio, it means it is actually Circle approved USDC, and it is backed by USDC that came from Polygon. So it is bidirectional. And there is a 25-cent fee for each transfer plus gas. Sorry about my typo there. And what this is going to allow you to do, at least at the very onset, is create USDC and USDC.pol swap pairs on our decks. My gosh, I have 2 typos on this slide. I'm so embarrassed, but this is what I was saying as I just whipped through this deck and created it right before, because I was just so busy working on our product previously. All right, so now that means that the week ahead, we're going to see a lot of USDC related activity and on our chain, and some announcements around that. So we have some good things planned, and we'll be sharing that during the course of the week with you. But this has been a long time coming, and Circle explained why it took some time. First of all, the way this is being done is with a new standard. All right, it's the new USDC bridging standard, and I'm very pleased to report that we are. I can't stand the typo, so I'm going to change it to this slide. I'm very pleased to report that Vitruvio is the very first blockchain for which this standard is being applied to. So we are really excited. We now have just this morning set up a Telegram group with the folks at Circle. We'll be talking about co-promotion, co-marketing, and other activities around it, and really hope to do a lot with USDC, not only with sort of the DEX, but also with applications and promotions. In particular, as you know, we have a collector credit concept, which is based on a US dollar amount of $10. And so it follows that we might be able to do some interesting things there with collector credits and USDC. So anyway, great news to begin this download with. It's finally been done. Now, the other thing that Circle told us is that they are testing out some new metadata evaluation tools. I don't know all the details of it, but that is what they used in order to sort of validate the contracts, etc. And for those of you who are technical and are interested, I have here a list and links to all the contracts, both on Polygon and on our chain. This download deck is downloadable, and you can get those links later and click on them and follow through on each of them. But basically, there are contracts at both ends of on both chains. There's Polygon contracts and there's Vitruvio contracts, and these contracts handle all the bridging. And if you go to the appropriate explorers on both chains, you'll see that there's some test transactions being run, etc. But this is all mainnet. This is all live, and now it's just a matter of putting together a front end for you, so you can bridge over USDC from Polygon and check it out and see how it works. So very, very excited. And I would like to publicly thank the team at CryptoLink. They've been working very, very hard and pushing for this to happen very quickly. So you met Atlas and Cletus, but there's also a few others on their team, including Drew. I'm very, very grateful for all of you, for all the hard work you did in helping us get to this milestone. Onward, let's go. All right, next up, big news on the validators. So last time we talked, we had only about 100 or so, but now we have 142 validators online. So our network continues to get more and more decentralized. I want to thank the VTech team for all they've done to bring this on. It's really great to see the validators coming on board so rapidly. Honestly, we could do it probably faster, but out of caution, we asked the team to just do it gradually and bring them on gradually. But this is really great because the more validators we have, the more decentralized Vitruvio becomes and the more stable it becomes. So this is really, really good news and good traction for us. All right, what happened else that was big? We had our first official live mainnet production launch of a Vitru Suite product, that is Vitru Search. It is now live and in use. And I'd like to take you on a brief tour of it and show you. I've showed you Vitru Search on testnet before, but this is where it becomes real, because now it's on mainnet and it works, and we are really excited with it. And I want to thank the team that has worked so hard, starting, of course, with first leadership, and then the entire team in Brazil that has been working crazy hours to make this work. So what this represents is a first in the entire Web3 ecosystem. This is the first time there is any blockchain that has the ability to search for all assets across the chain, not in a silo of a marketplace. This doesn't exist anywhere else, folks, and we are the first to do it. I will not mince words. This has been very, very complicated to pull off because of the fact that not only are we putting assets across the blockchain into one search, but also we are adhering to all kinds of standards. So we are using standards for sizing of data. We are using standards for copyright, like Creative Commons. We are using standards for signing assets like C2PA of um, uh, to make sure that all assets are authentic. We're using standards for metadata called linked art, and a whole lot more. So all of this really is has come together really well on search. And we also wanted to give everyone a first taste of the affiliate model that we are building that is going to transform Web3, I think, not just Web3 art, but Web3 in general. Web2 retail industry has been extremely successful to the tune of billions, probably trillions of dollars, because of the affiliate model, the ability to have lots of people do marketing versus just have the individual companies or products or brands do marketing, has opened up huge revenue flows. And we expect we can do the same thing. So with Vitru Search, we are doing two things. We are solving the discovery problem for artists. As you can see, we've really got all the art here, and more of the our Genesis artists are getting the word and are now coming up and consigning the art, and we see a steady flow of that. But the nice thing is that all of this is completely searchable. So whatever you want to type here, you can type, and you can see the search work. It works in real time flawlessly. We still have some UI issues, but they are very trivial issues, and they work quite well. We are working on enhancing our faceted search even more. You can see that now we have a price selector here, but since all the prices are the same right now, I won't dwell on that. But we've got all kinds of selectors here that work quite well. And in particular, I like the fact that we also have now, um, you can do a type ahead lookup. So if I can do something like DRE, and you can see that it shows you all kinds of results here, but with regardless of how many collections you have. Now, on most marketplaces today, artists are used to creating a collection and then minting an artwork. With Vitruvio, we throw that out the window and we say you can put your artwork in as many collections as you want. So that's going really well, and you can filter by lots of different criteria. But the affiliate part that I was talking to you about is enabled by way of this button here called Curate Stack. Now, this innocuous little button actually packs a lot of power. Why? Because we have the ability for anyone, and I mean anyone. They don't have to be Web3 savvy at all. They just need to have an email address. We have the ability for anyone to turn this on, and they can just go through here and create curations of artworks and then publish them. Now, we intend to have a dozen or more channels, and we intend to have the community create more channels. We're starting off with one channel here, and that's video. So let me demonstrate to you what has changed since the last time I showed this to you in beta. So what we can do is we can select arbitrary images from the search results, and you can browse through and search, or you can use the keyword searches. So let's see if there's anything with sky in it. There we go. We got a few sky things. So let's choose that. How about sun? Okay, we got some sun there. You can see that as I'm adding things there, they're being selected over here. And now what I have is I have a stack. A stack is a virtual collection of artworks, and our goal is to allow an affiliate model to thrive by way of stacks. So essentially, when you log in, you have an account, and you will be able to specify your margin. So you can say that I want a margin of 10% or 15% or whatever. And what happens is when you publish your stack and then you share it however you want, if someone clicks on your stack, comes back and buys an artwork, then the buyer is charged whatever upsell you have, and you make money, and the artists make money also from the sale. So let's see what's happened with the published stack that's changed a little bit. So we've got video gallery here. Now we have a bunch of beautiful sounds that you can choose from, and we'll continue to add more. And let's call this one download. and then you can sample the sounds here also. I'll hit published, and there you go. It's probably not clear with the audio, but I got sounds going on here. Um, it is now working on creating. It usually takes about a minute, and when it's done, we should have a beautiful video. There we go. We got our video, and now let's first zoom it in, and then hit play. But you can see now it created this beautiful video with sound, with creators, their artworks. Folks, no one else can do this. This is Vitruvio. This is us really uh, pulling out all the stops and creating something really beautiful. And then you can share this on Twitter. I haven't logged in yet, so I can't do it. But if I had been logged in, I'd be able to do that. So we intend to have lots of other channels. We got slideshow, web gallery, we got PDFs, all kinds of things coming up. But this is Vitruvio Search. It is a first, and it is amazing. And the people who are attentive to detail probably noticed that we have another thing going on here, and that is we have our own RSS icon. So real simple syndication. I did mention to you a few downloads ago that we are bringing RSS back, and we are bringing it back in a big way. So when you look here, you can see different feeds. And what we wanted to do was create a modern version of RSS where everyone, whether you're an artist, a creator, a curator, a Vitruvio investor, you can have these feeds and be looking at them. You can look at sales as they happen in real time. You can see consignments as they happen in real time and things like that. Now, Google did the whole world a disservice when it killed Google Reader, and that actually not paused, but slowed down, RSS a bit. But it's still there. It's a global standard, and we are building upon it. What we'll probably end up creating a reader for our own. But until then, you can use the Vivaldi browser. So Vivaldi has a built-in news reader. So on the next download, I'll do a complete demo of it. But right now, RSS is barely enabled, so I don't want to focus on it too much. But search is live, and I encourage every artist who wants to use Vitruvio to go to studio.vitruvio.xyz and consign their artwork and have it appear here, and see what magic happens. So we're really, really excited. Now, there's two parts to this equation. There is the search part, and there is the store part. And last download, I optimistically said that we would have both of them done in the prior week. But after we launched this, it turns out that we encountered a lot of technical hurdles with the store part of it. The reason we encountered a lot of hurdles is because that is actually a pretty complex set of contracts. There are 7 contracts in total, 7 smart contracts in total. And one of the things we keep running into is the fact that Solidity, the language that is being used for the smart contracts, it imposes a limit on the size of your smart contract. So we constantly have to, we hit that limit, we cross that limit. And so what that means is we have to redo our smart contracts. It's called refactoring in order to make them fit that. So that has been our challenge all along. There's a ton of code here, a ton of security, because we're talking about moving what will be fairly large amounts of money, and we want to make sure that we architect those very, very securely. So anyway, let's get back to this. So what we are working on right now, in fact, that's what I was working on with Nelio, is testing the final versions of the minting feature. That's where collectors can come and collect the artworks. So let's see how that would work. So let's take this artwork, and I'm still in curate mode. Let's turn that off. Let's click on that, and you see a side panel here. Let's take this one. So there's English here. All right, and you click view, and that takes you to store. So store, we don't have the full store experience yet, but we have individual store pages for the artworks that have been consigned. And so for each artwork, you're going to see a page here with all the artwork, different sizes and views. A lot of artists have created BTS, behind the scenes videos, etc. You can see those. You can see the details of it. You can see more about the creator, and you can see all the metadata. And this is really, really unique and different. Go to any marketplace. I challenge you to find even a tenth of the metadata that's here. We have basically blown past every standard that is there, and really exceeded and created a very detailed look at this. Now, we do have Connect Wallet here. So if you click on Connect Wallet, it'll go through the whole Connect Wallet thing. And what it's going to do then is going to report on whether you have collector credits available. So currently I'm not connected. So it says I'm not connected. And if I'm to connect, or if you go and try and connect right now, it will reflect the credits that you have. Now, that's the part we are working on. Everything that is left for us to do, it comes down to this little panel here. That's what we're working on. And we'll show your credits, and then the mint button will be enabled. And as soon as the mint button is enabled, all of you with collector credits can go and start collecting. I've always said that give you a 24 hours heads up. I thought that we would have it ready this past week, and we didn't. So as soon as we have our mainnet deployment done and we are confident it's working, we'll give that 24-hour heads up. We are very close, folks. I mean, literally, we are just testing out the contracts right now. And as long as everything goes well now, we've overcome all the technical hurdles, and we'll be able to have you start minting next week, for sure next week. Just a question of which day. And Nelio wanted me to say Wednesday, but I won't say Wednesday. So maybe sooner, maybe later. But it's coming next week. This is really, really exciting because it means that we will have end-to-end functionality for Bitrue Suite. We will have we'll have Studio where you consign, we will have Search where you discover, and then we'll have Store where you buy. What's missing? Well, what's missing is Stream. And I'm very excited to let you know that we are working on some exciting things on that front too. So let me go back to my deck here and tell you about what is coming up. But first, let's also look at one other cool thing. So Fur has been working with an outside team to create a beautiful, and I must say it is a mind-blowingly beautiful metaverse museum. And you can go to it at vitrue.xyz/museum. Let's go look at it. Now, the museum currently requires you to sign in, and you can do that with the MetaMask or with any account you have. But soon we will make it so you don't have to sign in. So let me maximize this. And now I am not particularly good with this. So let's see if I can make it work. It looks like I can make it work. But Fur has been working extremely hard curating all these artworks, and you can see they are beautiful. So we've got the top level done here, and this is a beautiful museum. So this is sort of a permanent museum for Vitruvio. It's beautiful, and as we have different exhibitions, as we have different artwork, we are gonna populate that. So these artworks here, they are clickable, and you can look at them. And you can also go to the store, etc. So there you go. You can zoom in and see all the details on any of these, and you can then go to the store. Which actually reminds me, I forgot to show you one cool feature. I'll go back and show you, but do check out this beautiful museum. And Fur, thank you so much for your hard work on this. She's been working really, really long hours to get this done, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the work that went into this. It is a gorgeous gallery, and a great way to showcase all our beautiful artists and their beautiful artworks. So do check it out, folks. Really worth spending some time and seeing all the artworks there. But the feature I wanted to show you, which I missed it. It's really cool. I did not even know that developers had done this, But if you click on an artwork here, one of the things we have is you can look at the artwork up close with this. I forget the technical term for it. It's a lens, I guess, but there is a specific name for it. I'm sure someone will tell me in the audience. But you can zoom in and see that, and that is so cool. I love that feature. So if you are an art lover and want to look at the close-up details of something, you can do that. So we got that going. We got the museum going, and we got the search going. Now, it shouldn't come as a big surprise to anyone who understands what we are building here and the philosophy around it. So with every other blockchain that's there right now, artists go there, they choose a blockchain, they choose a marketplace, they mint their work, and then begins the relentless and punishing cycle of trying to promote your work to find a buyer. We decided enough was enough. Artists are not marketers. Artists are artists. Creators are creators, right? And so what we are doing is we are building Vitruvio in a way that the protocol, the blockchain, and the ecosystem can do all the marketing. So we are providing a huge set of novel tools for promotion of artworks. We want artists to create artwork and to do zero marketing, zero, literally no marketing. So the gallery, the curation stacks, the publishing, the RSS feed, these are just some of the elements. As weeks progress here, you will see how they all work very harmoniously to create a massive marketing machine. And that is powered by people who can make money. So not only do we make it possible for artists to make money, but we make it possible for ordinary people who are still maybe in Web 2 to make money off Web 3. And when they do that, it's going to attract more people, and it's going to result in more sales for artists. And this is going to be a very good network effect and really get things going. So we are really excited about that. And the museum is one way to do it, to start sort of our marketing journey. So anyway, I'm really excited to have this museum live. Please do visit it, vitru.xyz/museum. All right. So what is going to happen in the week ahead? So as I mentioned, we are going to activate store buying with all the artworks that are there. So you will finally be able to use your collector credits. I know everyone's been waiting a while for that. And thank you so much for your patience. We are, if anyone's been paying attention to testnet, you can probably see all that's happening there. Here, let's take a peek real quick, okay? So on testnet, you're probably seeing a lot of contracts being deployed and a lot of things being tested here. So you see these create vaults, etc. That is all essentially stuff related to the store that is being tested endlessly. So we have contracts being deployed. There we go. We got a whole bunch of contracts being deployed, and we have vaults being created, etc. So if you're wondering what this vault is, this is actually a unique feature of Vitruvio. Every creator gets their own smart contract. It's called the Creator Vault. And what happens is we do that for two reasons. One, we want to make sure that artists are secure. Many artists lose all their money when they get hacked. They click on a link accidentally, their wallets get drained, and they lose control of all their artworks. We said, nope, that's not going to happen with Vitruvio. So every wallet, every creator gets their own vault, which has different wallets that they own. So they always require two wallets for any action, which means that they can never lose control of their vault unless they lose control of all their wallets at once, which is unlikely. They usually use one. Now, the other thing is all their assets are minted when there's a buyer from their vault. So they always have it. It's not in some marketplace contract or something like that, which is how things work right now. So this is what's happening on testnet right now, and you can keep monitoring it, and you can see all the tests that are going on, and that's leading us up. to this moment is Vitru Store buying activated. I'm really, really anxious to have that going because I want to collect some of the artworks myself. So this week ahead, also, first, sip of chai. Also, we will be activating the bridge for USDC. As you saw, the contracts are done now. So it's a matter of throwing up a web page where you can do the bridging of funds. We are also working on a USDC promotional campaign. I think you're going to be very excited about it. This is something that highlights for us that how important USDC is to Vitruvio, and so we have a great campaign lined up for that. The next thing that you're going to see the week ahead is a revenue model for streaming. So as I hinted earlier, so we've got the search going with the ability for the store for you to mint, etc. And stream is the only remaining part of Vitru suite that has not yet been activated, and we're going to activate it. And the first thing we want to share with you is the revenue model. How exactly will the revenue stream work for it? What portion goes to the artist? What portion goes to creators? What portion goes to, sorry, not creators, curators? What portion goes to affiliates? And what portion comes to Vitruvio? And that is where I would like to announce here today that we are doing something very interesting. So with the NFTs, meaning everything that is happening here with search and then the store, when you hit mint, etc., there is a revenue share component that Vitruvio has, and a portion of that has been allocated to different crypto investors, boosters, for example. And now what we are doing is saying that there is a new revenue stream we are also working on, and that is with streaming. And so what we want to introduce is the possibility of recurring income for investors through streaming. So there's always the income that comes from rebasing, but what we want to do is also have streaming revenue share for folks or investors who will stake their Vitru. So that is going to be a very interesting, innovative, and I believe profitable opportunity for a lot of investors, because it gives them the ability to perhaps beat significantly the market in terms of income and recurring income, because the way we are thinking of streaming is it is going to grow as the market grows for digital frames, and we're going to be pretty aggressive about it. We feel like it's going to sort of go in parallel. We have the NFT market where people want to own things, and so that's going to be search and store. And then we have the streaming market, which is a new market that we are bringing in and helping to grow. And so as the revenue from that grows, we want to share that revenue with crypto investors. And so we will introduce a Vitru staking model for that. So super excited about all of these things. Now, there are a few things that I have not yet covered here today, and I probably won't. I will apologize for that because I've been, I was traveling, and B, just so heads down focused on releasing product and getting all of these things to market here that I haven't had a chance, as I said, to engage in Discord, etc. But I know there are a few things the community cares about, and I'm gonna make it a point to address them during the course of this week. So first of all, we have been in communication with the MEXC team. There are no more technical issues. There are just business policy decisions that they are working on. We are collaborating with them, and we will get some resolution for it. I don't have answers for you yet, other than the fact that I'm told, and I haven't verified this myself, that the withdrawals are working, and it's just a question of deposits now. So I will make it a point to be more educated on that topic the next time I talk to you, which hopefully will be during the week once we announce the store readiness. The other thing is I've been working very, very hard on getting closer to closing on our capital round, because looking back again, remember, we are focused on getting Vitru listed. on a SEX. That's our goal. And so in order for doing that and for moving the project forward successfully, we want to make sure that we close in on the capital deals that we are working on. So as those materialize, I will make announcements. We are going through and we are talking to a number of investors right now, and those conversations are going as well as they can. But when it comes to capital, I won't make any announcement until the money is actually in the bank. That's always been the case and will always be the case. So I will give you more progress reports as things happen. But we are doing everything we can to get to the Vitru listing. That's our focus, And as I've always maintained, all these things that we're doing, the traction around products launching, USDC, DEX, etc. This is all really, really important because cumulatively it represents a blockchain that is really strong and moving forward with a bold vision for the future. And so I'm particularly excited and particularly enthused about our future and how fast we can grow, seeing how some of the search app is coming together and how the artists are responding to that. If you go to Twitter and look, the artists are really thrilled about this because it represents a change. It is a sea change from the status quo, and no one is trying anything innovative in the space other than us. And I'm really excited that we are leading in that manner. So so the week ahead is going to be really, really exciting. We will not only go ahead and enable the collection of the artworks, but also the fact that USDC finally is approved and we can get that thing going is really big for Vitruvio. All right, so what remains here is, I got to put up the download, so got to have that going there, and we are still working on the merging of it. I'm sorry, it's something we have to get done, but it has sort of been lower priority than getting some of the other products out the door. But we will honor our commitment to give all the people who have the full series of downloads some prizes as soon as we finish the merge feature for the download. But that's the download for today. And here's the link. I'm sure you want to go to that link and click on some of the links for the contracts and things like that. So please do that. I'll take a look at the questions now, and Zach's going to come back here and we'll try and address some of them. As I said, in terms of Mexi and Capital, I've said everything I've said. I'm happy to talk to you more about those in Discord and also on Discord Live later, but I just don't have more information for you on that today. But I'm going to go through the comments and look at what's there and start taking them on. So Zach, welcome back.
Thank you for bringing me back. We had some questions. Here's a good search question. For the Vitru search, are people able to just sell digital media, or can people sell pretty much anything? Something that someone mentions on cars, hence I asked.
Well, that's a great question. No, we are a blockchain for creators. So Vitru search is essentially a way to look at what was consigned through Vitru Studio. So if you go to studio.vitruvio.xyz, oops, I made a typo there. Sorry about that. Oops. Oh, well. Cannot fat finger things live. Not good. All right. So if you go to studio.vitruvio.xyz, you go to Vitru Studio, and if you log in, let me go ahead and log in. I will get the code on my mobile. Let me just go there. So you will see that this user experience is designed for creators. 55698. All right, and so here, what you do is you enter your. Obviously, I was playing around with this earlier, so sorry about that. But you upload your artwork, you provide the metadata for it, and things like that. So it isn't possible for this to be adapted very easily to something else. This is designed for digital media. Now that digital media could be anything. Like we are starting off with visual artworks, but it will be music, movies, books, things like that. But it's got to be digital media, and that's what this is focused on. Now, everything we do is open source, so someone is free to take our contracts, our application, etc., and repurpose it for something else. There's no reason you couldn't do it. But we are focused on that one thing, which is the creator economy.
On the same kind of note, Garfield asks, can we sell our collector credits to other investors?
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, one of the challenges we've been having is that a lot of the marketplaces that exist out there, and the one we've got Honcho Marketplace on here, they work best when there's an indexing service. So that's why we accelerated getting GraphQL on here, if you recollect that from a couple downloads ago. Now, our GraphQL currently indexes only ERC 721 compatible contracts, but there are other contracts out there that are not fully ERC 721 compatible. And so those are a bit of a challenge. But the collector credits are indexable and are usable. The challenge is that many marketplaces are designed around collections that have 10,000 NFTs. Collector credits has over 150,000 NFTs in that contract. And so what happens is that the performance is terrible. So what we need to do is we need to create a specialized trading page for collector credits. I welcome anyone who's a developer in the audience to create that, maybe even mark it up or something like that. But that's the only thing that is stopping us. There is no technical reason why you cannot transfer your creator, your collector credits. You can't sell them, etc. And yeah, so we want to enable, transacting among them. The constraint is that there's so many of them that most of the software that is marketplace oriented just fails. It just crashes when it encounters that contract. So that's on my to-do, is to make it possible to enable trading of that. Now, keep in mind that your collector credits have no expiration date. So, you don't have to necessarily spend it all right away. You can wait, you can trade it. But what we are going to do is we are going to enable other folks to be able to acquire collector credits. So until we have full-fledged credit card support and full-fledged native crypto purchase support and all of that, we do intend to enable folks to buy collector credits and to use them. So long story short, yes, we're going to have trading of them.
Okay. All right. I think that does everything for the collector credits. We got a validator asking, when will validators be able to see their rebase?
Everyone sees their rebase at the same time. We've had one so far, and that is currently in active. So remember, rebase is a protocol, so it's not a wallet or any one contract or anything. It happens universally. All wallets, all contracts immediately rebase. So yeah.
Dadbod with the feature suggestion, is it possible to offer the multi-sig wallet account offering for all users like you are for creators, or is that just too much of an undertaking? It's a great security feature.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about that. Yeah, the answer is yes. So when we started creating Studio, we realized very quickly that the authentication mechanism we had put in place was useful separate from Studio. So we already have a project. Nelio and his team have already, I think they're 80% of the way, maybe even 90% of the way done in creating a separate product called True ID, TRUID. So that stands for Vitruvio ID. So True ID represents your ID for all things Vitruvio, all apps, and we want to make it super easy for developers to use it. It's kind of like, you have Google login or other logins like that. So we have True ID. And what's unique about True ID is that it's exactly that. Associated with your True ID, you can have any number of emails and any number of wallets and a contract with a multisig to back it up. So and then we'll add other features to it as we go, including KYC, etc. So we don't want KYC to only be for artists and creators. We want anyone who wants to opt in and do a KYC to do it, because what happens then is applications on our chain can then take advantage of that. They can say that, well, you've got KYC level 4, and so you're eligible to do this in the application in a more secure way, etc. Because remember, Vitruvio is all about trust, and so the answer is yes. We will essentially split the login functionality of Studio into True ID, and then everyone can have their own multisig.
Yes, I think it's really important, and I have a really cool idea for that. So how we do that. I am also, as much as Neilio is really excited about True ID, I'm also very excited about True ID.
Yes, he is really, really excited about that.
I know he is. I gotta sit down and talk with him.
Yeah, and just to follow that, one of the reasons also that we've been kind of sort of not dragging, but like we've had our hands full, right? So it went low in the priority. Is we also wanted to simultaneously address the issue of the secret, passphrase or mnemonic passphrases and private keys and all of that. It continues to be a debilitating problem for most Web2 users entering Web3. And the solutions that everyone have right now are, trust us and use your email address. So you basically have a middleman, right? And what we really want to do is implement, I think I've mentioned in the download many weeks ago, a deterministic solution. And so we have that, and we just have to merge it. And that's essentially a photo key, which is the ability to use a photo and emojis to authenticate where there is no middleman. So we're going to implement this with True ID and make it possible for everyone to easily get into Web3 without having any passphrase, no private keys, none of that to remember, in a very secure manner. So, and that works across all chains. So and all future chains also. So we are excited about that, and we'll be implementing that along with True ID. So stay tuned for that. But again, I don't want to give any dates on that because there's a ton of work that has to be done on that, and we have our focus right now on.
And you just went through a
Suite, yeah,
you just went through a monster sprint. So cool. Questions. We got. Are we gonna have any marketing with some third-party like task sites? Like I would assume this person's saying like Galaxy or Zeely or
Zeely, yeah.
Yeah. To get more users, I would assume they're saying like for the airdrop, and I've also seen the question: are we going to add other tasks to the airdrop, just to bolster the community?
Yes, yeah, we have not forgotten airdrop. It's just there's only so many things, so many things we can do simultaneously at once, and so yeah, as now. With the releases done, we will shift some of our attention to promotional mode on that, and not only promote to buyers, for collecting the artworks, but also for artists to come on board, etc. Because there's a lot of artists who have not yet heard about Vitruvio. There's a lot of them, and we are going to bring them all on board. And so, yeah, we'll definitely have tasks around that, and we'll have airdrop tasks around USDC also. So we want to get those done also. But yeah, definitely have sites like Zeely, etc., engaged in helping us grow. We want to do everything. We just can't do everything all at once and instantly. You just need to prioritize, because we don't have a ton of resources, like human and capital resources, right? So we are doing things as efficiently as we can, and really trying to get things done quickly. Yeah, Binance Live. Yeah, so we need to go back and get another date from them. We had the last one postponed,
Yep.
so I don't have a new date. But thanks for a reminder. We'll definitely follow up on getting that done.
Okay, I guess some more features. Some studio questions. Can we consign multiple artworks, or when can we consign multiple artworks?
Eventually, yes. All the features that you think of that are needed will be built, but again, we have to sort of walk before we can run. So we start off with one, then we enable it for more, and some of these enhancements will be quick to come, but getting the foundational elements in place is hard work. That takes longer. So once we can put that behind us, the incremental weekly updates you will see will be very fast, and you will see the ability to add multiple artworks and things like that. I see an interesting comment here that I'd like to address. um, Hi Nick, can you please comment on the lack of communication from the team to us OG investors who have kept this project alive, buying boosters, etc.? We surely deserve more plays. So I'll just be honest. I'm sorry if I've not met your expectations around that. I really try every week to do my best to give as detailed an update as possible. I think what this comment is hinting is to give more capital investment and sort of exchange listing and other details. Um, Look, I look at I definitely respect and I'm very grateful to all the OG investors. But in terms of communication, I think it's not prudent to have silos of communication. I think the whole community gets all the information all at once. What I'll do is I'll definitely make an effort to improve communication. As I admitted earlier, it's just been so much work trying to get all of this done that and with my travel, it's been really difficult for me uh, to keep up with things here this past couple of weeks. But now that we are very close to winding up the initial development, at least on search and store, etc., I'll shift gears and focus more on communication. You have my commitment on that. I will definitely do a better job at that. So I apologize if people feel, and actually, it's not people feel. I know I have not done a great job on that front, and I will commit to doing a better job on that front. But look, all of us want the same thing, right? We want the blockchain to succeed. We want Bitroot to be listed and to do phenomenally well. But I can't have that happen. I can't move that needle unless this product needle and this traction needle also moves. And so, as a leader, I try and focus my priorities on what is going to result in the very best outcome for everybody. And so it might seem like, oh, well, I'm not focusing on X at the moment. Well, that's true, because in order to get to the point where we have traction and we can list successfully, I do need to move some of these product things forward, because at the end of the day, we can't just say that we are an EVM blockchain and expect to be successful. Because why? Well, there's a lot of them out there. You have to be able to differentiate here in search, here in store, and with the things we are doing, innovative things we are doing with marketing around artworks, etc., is our differentiation. So to bring those to market is extremely important and a necessary first step for us to be able to do and be successful at everything else. So in a roundabout way, I'm saying that yes, I admit I have not been very good at communication. I will make it a point to speak to Mike Purdy as soon as I can, hopefully this weekend if he's available. And we have talked previously about having sort of community communications liaison and have him help on that. So I will connect with him and get things going so we can have improved communications. But that was an important question, and thank you for asking it.
All right. So we're talking about light nodes. That's an old thing. Old thing. Welcome back. Senate voting. I know that we've kind of neglected to have that vote. We need to get the voting credits installed in there, and obviously it's kind of gone to the back burner towards getting all this stuff out.
Yeah,
So.
basically anything that requires engineering effort just know that it's going to be prioritized. And what is the priority for us? The priority for us is the whole blockchain and capital and getting to a centralized exchange listing. So if anything is uh, outside that realm, unless there are community members who can step up and volunteer, it just means it's going to be lowered in the priority. We know we have to do all of that. We absolutely know we have to do all of that. But you have a finite set of resources and you have some very clear objectives. So everything is prioritized to meet those objectives. And I encourage people to remember that this is a decentralized protocol, right? So there are plenty of tasks that if there are developers in the community who are willing to step up and volunteer, we'll be happy to kind of show you the ropes and what needs to be done. But Senate voting is one of those things. Like we have the NFTs, we have the votes on chain. We just have to build an app where what is voted on is being expressed, and then how to collect the votes has to be done. So that's an engineering effort, and I am not going to be able to pull engineering effort resources right now in order to focus on that. So
Someone wants to build it, contact me. I'll give you some Vitro when it's complete too. Like, think about that. Any developer listening, we got plenty of Vitro to give you for any sort of community ecosystem product that you want to build. So,
yeah. So here's an interesting one. Nick, can we buy does art with our bank card? And yeah, so I hinted earlier, that we have been toying. It's not a done deal yet, but we have been toying with the idea that this collector credit thing, if it goes well, then maybe it's a way to address a lot of problems and to uniformly enable purchasing of artworks with US dollars listing, where what we do is we set up a purchase page where you can buy collector credits with your bank card, with cryptocurrency, with Vitru, whatever. And the buying happens with collector credits only. That keeps it a very makes the UI very, very simple, right? So if you think about it, like right now we've got this, and you go to the buy page, and either you have credits or you don't, and there's no complexity around that. There's no gas fees, things like that to worry about. And this will be great for Web2 users, because we can put a separate buy page where they can come and buy collector credits, and then in the store they can just use them. So it's much like having a gift card model basically for purchases. So want to experiment with that, at least if not permanently, at least initially, to get things rolling. So
this got me funny. This let me laugh. I know you're a pineapple on pizza guy, but what about toilet paper? Do you set it over or under? Well, I just read that and I decided to just giggling to myself. I had to put it up here. That was funny.
I don't think that there's any other way but over. Like, why would you do it under? That makes no sense. There. That's my answer.
Because when you do under and you tug it, then it rolls back up.
Yeah.
It's not no bueno.
Well, once you go to Japan, you forget about toilet paper. Let me tell you.
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to go into that discussion here. So,
here another one. Different question. Thank you, Funkmaster. What device do you recommend for streaming? That's a great fur question. She's been shopping now, but I'm sure Nick has.
Yeah, she's got some great displays, etc. So if you want to buy sort of a standalone frame, there's a few of them, but I actually just think that there are decent flat, really slim TVs at this point, right? So with those, it's you really need to have any device that has a network connection, meaning Wi-Fi or wired, and an HDMI. So I really like DAC board. So
here she is. I have several, all pros and cons.
Yeah. So this is one device that that I love, and it's they have a wall display, but it's really this. It's a Raspberry Pi actually, and you can use it in multiple ways. And yeah, in terms of the Samsung frame is also good, but yeah, I think Fur is the one to answer on them. Wim, WHIM is
There you
also
go.
yeah. Let's see here.
I got one here too. And I don't know. Not understanding it was giant, but a lot of people last week were kind of asking about the website hasn't been updated. It just shows the same checks, and they want to know what has and what hasn't been done.
Yep. All right. So that is another to do. I have to take back and go and make sure that the roadmap is updated because we are, uh, folks. Things are moving so fast. But it is no excuse. We need to do our part and make sure that we keep things updated. So that is something I'll commit to doing for this week also to make sure the roadmap is updated.
That's about it that I'm seeing. I'm scrolling up to see if I missed anything.
Daniel, if I connect my wallet now, will it say if I have collector credits? I would say possibly yes, because there was a contract deployed on mainnet where that was working for a bit, but we have changed some things on it. So it's I'm going to say it's a 50-50 chance, but after this weekend, 100% chance that it will say that. So yeah.
Awesome. I think that's everything.
Yeah. So folks, once again, we are moving very fast, and we're not Facebook, so we don't move fast and break things. We move fast and build things. And as a result, I will admit our communication has suffered a little bit, but I am very committed to bringing that back on track. We are doing great in terms of results. We are shipping a lot of things. We're building a lot of things, and I am super excited that everything is coming together really well. And as I have said before, May is going to be a pivotal month for us, and it is shaping up already to be that way. This announcement of USDC is great, and once again, thanks very much to the CryptoLink team that worked so tirelessly to help us get there. And Zach, you have some progress on the Dex tools also, right? We finally managed to get a hold of someone there.
Yeah. So they never really just so everyone has context. So when you go onto their website, they say get your token listed, but it doesn't say anything that says if your blockchain isn't existing, because it asks for APIs where you're traded. So I gave them XC. But you have to go to their Telegram and go to the second to last channel to apply to get your DEX added. And I've done the process and I've got responses, and they're working through the process. So hopefully we'll be able to add all of our coins here.
So fourth and inches. Fourth and inches on
third and two? Yeah, third and two.
Okay.
We're working on it. I'm checking it every day. So
that's great. I cannot wait to have that because again, we
Yeah,
paid them and been waiting endlessly for that. And one of the things with Web3 is there's no one to contact. There's no one to contact. So you do that transaction and then you're like, well, it's not working. Who do I talk to? Well, there's no one to talk to. And that's another difference with us is we want to keep the channels of communication open because we are more people centric in that way. So, all right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thanks, Zach. And we are going back to work. Please do try out with research. I would love to see folks do the curate stack feature. Very easy. Go and create a few stacks and publish them on Twitter, and if I see them, I certainly retweet them. We'd love to see lots of folks do that. So please do that, especially the creators among you who are listening. Go do that. Have fun. Put your listing, your friends' listings in there and just publish them right now. So we start getting this model of curation and discovery and promotion that is very organic and exciting by not just the artists promoting their own work, but other people promoting them also. And that will help people see how new, different, and innovative the Vitruvio model is. All right, with that, we are out. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. And I will be back again next week, earlier in the week, actually. You don't have to wait till Friday with lots of other good news for you. So thank you very, very much.
All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.